Digital Integration Specialist, Technology Integration Specialist for the Weston schools. This year, we, in 7th grade, have embarked on a one-to-one iPad initiative with our students. We did a pilot last year with 24 students. This year, all of our 7th graders have iPads. It has good days and bad days. In fact, they're all coming back to me next week, and all of the games are being taken off, as is the iTunes store. That idea proved not a good one. So, much of our information about our iPad project is up on our website, so if you do want to find out more about our iPad project, it's here. I did put the link up there on the blog, or the Google Doc that he has. One of the neat things that we have here, the faculty presentations, we did a parent forum about a month ago, so I had a lot of my teachers presenting on how they're using iPads in the classroom. So there's a series of videos there. So if you want to see more of our teachers presenting. I do have one teacher with me today. And one of the things that we started working with was this great app called the Reflection app that actually runs on a Mac laptop. So what you're seeing here is one of my students, actually in this case it's Caryn, sitting right over there.
Hi.
This is her iPad projecting
they don't want to know who it is.
up onto that with no wires. That's what I want.
So I'm Caryn Grozalsky. I teach grade 7 Spanish at the Weston Middle School. Peter is a great support system. I am so shocked I'm here, to be honest, because I am far from a techie at all. I had never touched an iPad until last fall, and I was told that I needed to teach with it. So I looked at Peter and I said, that's crazy. I am in love with my iPad. I use it daily with my students. My students use it daily, and it's striking that balance between going back and forth between my regular teaching, iPad teaching, and all that kind of fun stuff. So I'm here, I'm going to show you, I made a list. I made a list of about 15 apps I wanted to show you, and clearly I'm not going to get through all of those. So this is one in particular that I love. It's called Noyo, and it was actually created by the 4th and 5th grade Spanish teacher in Weston, Michael Sullivan, with a group of people. And this app is not only just amazing graphics, but it has, am I hooked up to?
You should have sound if your sound's up.
It's amazing graphics, and it also has audio.
¿Qué pasa?
So I can use these in the classroom, and there's, I mean, 1,000 slides. It's absolutely insane. I can have the kids do dialogues with them, make conversations, obviously quiz their vocabulary. I can also take a screenshot of any slide that I want, and I can blast out an email to all of my students and create an assignment. And what I can do with that assignment is post it on my teacher web.
It's our Moodle. That's what we call it.
Oh, hold on. Close your eyes. You can see my password. And I can post the assignment, and the kids can go home and download it to their iPads and open it up in Pages. This isn't from Noyo, but this is just a regular PDF. They go home, they go to TeacherWeb, they upload the assignment, and then they can open it, and I annotate. And they can type the answers right into the assignment when it works. Oops. And then when they're done with the assignment, they just send it to me as an email, as a PDF, and I can grade it. And it's simple. It's really, really, really simple. It's great. The kids can't lose the papers. They can't say I didn't get the assignment. They can't say it's in my locker. They bring their iPad. They have the assignment the night before. It's emailed to me, or that morning. It's fabulous. Whoops. So that's I annotate. That was Noyo. What else? So as a language teacher, when I first started teaching, there was no internet pretty much, and there was dictionaries were the place to go to look up vocab words. And so this app is called Word Reference. So when kids are doing assignments and they'll say, how do you say blah, blah, blah? And I used to say, go in a dictionary, let's look it up together. And that would take about 7, 8, 9, 20 minutes. Now the kids, when they're doing an assignment in class, instead of always saying, how do you say this, how do you say that, and they just go into their iPad, they go to the app, they go to Word Reference, they type it in, and not only, let's look up, I don't know, dance. Not only does it give the definition, it teaches them actually the difference between a noun, a verb, an adjective, and I can teach right on the spot, hands-on to the kid, how to look up a word in a, quote, dictionary, which they don't actually even need to know anymore on a paper copy. So this is a great app for students as a language teacher. Let's see, what else do I want to do? There's flashcards. This is great, although this app, see, it's not working again. This is a great app for teaching kids vocabulary. Obviously, it's flashcards, so instead of the old-fashioned index cards, the kids can make a list. And I'm a little frustrated with this app. This morning, for some reason, isn't, well, basically, you would see the list of the words, and the kids can teach themselves the words, study the words, and it memorizes which ones they've gotten wrong. There's audio as well to these.
Please select a language. Each language needs to be purchased, but can be used for unlimited days, unlimited times after.
This app's not doing very well today. But anyways, it is a great app for those kids who have executive functioning issues, because they don't have to bring home the list of words, have sheets of paper out, have all the cards matched up in front of them, and they lose the cards. They come to class the next day and they're like, I lost 5 in my backpack, or there's 6 at home, blah, blah, blah. It's all on their iPad, which is great. Another fun, cool app that I did right at the start back in November. The kids were asked to create, we were doing a whole cultural lesson with Mexico and United States, and the kids had to come up with a little comic strip about what makes their school so great and why a kid would want to come. And there was a lot of grammar involved and a lot of grammatical criteria. But what was awesome about this assignment, I literally didn't even know that this, what's the true name?
POW strip design.
POW strip design existed. The kids all came in the next day with amazing comic strips about the Weston Middle School, and they had inserted clips from Google Earth. They inserted pictures, their own pictures from their camera rolls. They were doing things I literally had no idea what they were doing. So I extended the assignment and I had them present them to the class. And not only were the graphics amazing, but their grammar was superb. And they were having so much fun. They were completely engaged with each other. They were focused and they were learning. And to me, that's all that mattered. So that was phenomenal. Another great app. What's the name of the app? Oh, sorry. That's called
POW strip design.
That's called POW strip design.
P-O-W.
Yep.
Yep.
Like that.
This is an app I found about 4 weeks ago. It's called Reflection App. It's about $15, $50 for 5 copies, and it allows. So what Caryn can do is have her kids from anywhere in the classroom. They can just sit and say, "Well, let me show you what I did, Ms. Grozalsky," and they can project from their iPad up to the projector in the front of the classroom. No Apple TV, no HDMI. Yeah, all you need is one for the teacher. Just one for the teacher, and then it's just AirPlay.
But you can set a password, so your kids can't just project their, like what I did. They can't just fan, you know. That doesn't work. So this is called Poplet. Has anyone?
Yeah.
It's called Poplet. The kids in the past have made family trees. We do a whole unit on family, and they bring in their big, huge, monster trifold poster board. So this year, some kids opted to use their iPads. I still had kids use poster board, and they created their family trees on Poplet, and they were able to share them with the class. They were able to share them with me via email, which is how I'm projecting this. So again, the grammar is all there, so I can assess their grammar. And there's obviously pictures. They inserted family pictures. If they didn't have a picture of a particular relative, they were able to draw it and insert the drawing. So this app is very user-friendly, I think. Also, I was doing an assignment in class the other day, and the kids had to make identity charts about a reading they had done on a man. And I had a bunch of kids say, oh, well, can we just use Poplet instead of using paper in their groups? I said, sure, why not?
Yeah.
And they did. Yep, and they did. And so then they emailed me that, and that was great too. This is called Screenshot. I think a lot of you have seen that with the 5th grade class that was here. This is a student who'd made a rap about AR verbs. She did this in the privacy of her home, in her bedroom, and came to class the next day, and she was so excited.
But you know